Hello, Vicky.
Hello, Janet.
Well, how's you? How are you surviving?
Wow, do you know what I could do with the kids going back to school now? It was all very well when I was wakeboarding and swimming and all that stuff, but trying to work whilst also being asked for snacks and lifts to places and stuff is a bit much.
Oh, right, okay. I would sympathise, but my cat's fine.
Yeah.
Quite quiet. And one of the things that I wanted to chat about today is because I'm an old woman. I know I don't like it, but I'm an old woman.
Absolutely not, Janet.
And I do like a bit of Radio 4.
Lovely. Lovely.
On every flipping chat program on Radio 4 or anywhere, and I mean anywhere, everybody's talking about AI. And
Yeah.
I thought it would be good today to chat about something that started, people were talking about this about 2 years ago, and it's quieting down. But I think I was out for a walk with my cousin over the weekend, and she said, you can't move. And like, she's a PE teacher, and she said, you can't move without people talking about AI. So I think it's filtered out of the IT sector and the business sector, and it's reached the average mum and dad and punter on the street.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's a couple of questions let's have a little debate today.
Okay, go
I know
on then.
you're always showing me whizzy things, but let's just have a bit of
let's just chat. Let's just chat, Janet. Sounds good.
So AI, and as one of our colleagues, Chris Huntingford, says, the AI, because everybody thinks it's a person or a thing, but it's, what is it going to take all our jobs, Vicky?
I would give that a resounding no, Janet. And I'd say it's certainly not in a position right now where it's going to be taking anyone's job. It's just you need too much of the human in the loop. You need your human skills, your empathy, your better decision making. We could see a time in the future where AI may be able to replace certain roles, but it's also going to open up loads more opportunities. So I don't think it's something to be afraid of. It's not like they're going to replace you with an agent tomorrow, Janet.
Gold. But it is worrying. I mean, I'm beginning to see that people starting to notice it more. And even my dad, who's 85, has said AI, and I'm like, you don't even know what that is. But the other question we get asked a lot, or I've been asked a lot, is it going to take? How does it know more about me? What's it going to learn from my data?
So essentially, it's not. You're dealing with a large language model, so it doesn't update. Where it learns about you, you have to manually input information for it to use, which is actually just being added to your prompts. It doesn't learn about you. However, depending on what AI tool you're using and who that provider is, AI could be being trained on your data, your prompts, and the responses, which is a concern, and that's why you should always be careful about which AI tool you're using. Do you have those enterprise controls, and are you only inputting data in there that you would be comfortable? If you're using one that doesn't have these enterprise controls, if it's not an enterprise solution, don't be putting your enterprise information in there or personal information.
Agreed. Because a thing that you said that was really important, it's about how we train our large language models. So if you took and we learned from a primary school bunch of kids, that's all the information we would get out. So it's about,
that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Could you imagine?
Yeah. A lot of fish fingers and baked beans. Yeah. So if you're trusting AI, you have to understand how that large language model has learned, and that's why it's always. I'm a big advocate for female women in tech and women in the industry, is to make sure that individuals, gender and everything and race is completely fair. So the output we get is we can trust, and it's not biased.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? So any tool that Microsoft builds is built on its 6 pillars of responsible AI, which includes sort of fairness and transparency, avoiding this bias, which is a great concept. However, it's what data has been used to build that large language model. There'll be bias in there. Of course there will be. It's impossible for there not to be. So I think us as individuals should be responsible for checking the outputs and checking what we're producing with the use of AI to make sure that those biases aren't in there.
Okay, that's a really important thing that the average PE teacher, the average person wouldn't think about. So it's maybe for them.
Yeah.
This is a funny one. Okay, last one. Is AI going to dumb us all down?
So, do you know what? I think it could do. You could ask me for a piece of work, Janet, and I could just churn something out of AI, send it over to you without really using my brain at all. So it has the potential for that. But I think it depends on how we use it as individuals. I feel like AI upskills me. I use it as a kind of tutor and trainer. If there's an area that I'm not too clear about, I'll ask Copilot. I'll say, hey, I want to learn more about this subject, this topic, and then I'll have a conversation back and forth with Copilot, where I try to understand more about the topic that I want to know more about. And I'll ask it for references. I'll say, where did you get that information for, so I can validate it. I'm not just taking what it says as fact. But in sort of talking to it as I would, say, an expert in the field or something that I wanted to know about, I'm able to gain so much more information and insight. So I think although it has the potential to sort of do some dumbing down, it also has the potential to really increase your learning and knowledge.
Yeah, so that's a habit I think we need to get into. My mum used to say, Janet, if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
So I often sometimes get pieces of work sent to me, or I see posts on LinkedIn and I go, that wasn't written by you.
Yeah.
So I think we need to encourage people to use it before they lose it. Use AI as a learning tool, and never, ever lose your empathy, your personality.
Yeah,
I think so. Well, maybe I should just stop listening to Radio 4 because that's all they're talking about. But I just thought today we should do a little grinding.
Yeah, maybe you should go on Radio 4 and talk about it, Janet. Yeah.
Okay.
Enough said.
The women's are. Never... So if anybody's listening to Women's Hour, I'd love to come on and talk about it.
Yeah.
All righty, hon. Go and feed your children.
Oh, if I have to. All right. All right. Bye.